Hi everybody, today let's take a look at a 3D printer fig that I did, and this is Willa the Witch from Bellanocht. I got it as part of a Patreon that I'm with Bellanocht. But you can get this individually from my mini factory. I'll put a link below. So that the figure is Bellanocht, and the base is Asgard Rising. This is part of their like fairy forest line, and there's mushrooms, and notice there's a whimsical butterfly or multicolored moth, whatever you prefer. When I painted the base, I didn't really go into I didn't want to put too much detail, paints, detail painting, because sometimes if the base is kind of busy, with a lot of colors or a lot of details, it's kind of hard to. It takes away from the main message of the figure. I would be drawn to the base, if you will. And I just painted the base with Army Painter Speedpaints. Well, except for that little ring inside the cut part of the tree, I used Agueros Thorns from the Citadel contrast paints. The butterfly I just kind of glopped on some Purple Alchemy Speed Painter. The yellow was Zealot Yellow, and then yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Now we'll go top to bottom on the fig itself, and what I did was I just painted the hat with Vallejo German Gray, kind of dry brushed some London Gray on there. It still kept the black, and then underneath I just used Grave Lord Gray from Army Painter, and it just kind of, I thinned it out a little bit so you can kind of, I guess the hat's sort of like a mushroom. Her hair I painted with Purple Alchemy Speed Painter, and I kind of highlighted it with just some kind of generic pink, paint. I believe it was a Vallejo or Reaper. Don't remember. Now the skin kind of gave me a little trouble. I used Crusader skin, but it just kind of it came out streaky. So what I ended up doing was highlighting it with a Vallejo, I think the medium skin tone, and then I hit it with a little bit of Reichland Flesh, and I kind of played back and forth with that, and I kind of got it. It's hard to tell on the camera, but. Let's see. See, I think I got a good result on the face, and then the glasses I just kind of painted with a gray paint. I don't even remember why. Now the dress is Army Speed Paint Runic Gray, and I think it came out pretty good. There's like some patches and a couple of skulls embroidered in the dress, and that kind of came out. Now for the stockings, I used Holy White Speed Painter, and it came out gray, not too white. I'm gonna maybe have to do a little touch up on the sides, because when it dried only in certain highlights, and raised portions of the stockings, and it looks blotchy. So I'm gonna maybe go over it with a gray, or maybe put a wash on there, kind of even out those brush strokes. And then I just used a red Vallejo paint to paint the ears, a pink for the nose, and once again red for the eyes and whiskers. Cats would really buy whiskers, wouldn't they? Yeah, so I think this is a whimsical fig. I'm gonna maybe give it to the non-gaming unicorn, because she likes witches. And yeah, and purple-haired witches at that. All right, so what do you think? Have you painted this figure? Once again, I've made it a little larger than the 28mm scale. I think I just upped it to. They have 75mm, I believe, as an option to print this fig up, and they have the 35mm ones. 3D resin printer, my Creality, woohoo! And yeah, and she's noticed she's holding a flower pot with a mushroom in it. So it kind of matches the largest mushroom on the base. So you kind of go from there. Vince Venturella said you shouldn't have one color on, one color in one place. Okay, you have to spread it out, which is what I did. I have the yellow for the mushroom in her hand, the yellow on the mushroom on the ground, and then the orc skin for the leaves and that little plant behind. I'm really happy with this. Got to do a little touch up before I give it to the non-gaming unicorn. What do you think? Have you painted this fig? Are you having? How do you do the flesh with the with contrast or speed paints? Just kind of curious. Do you just? Originally I wanted to just paint it. Just put the paint on there. Like they say, in a large glop, and then it'll dry and look good. For some reason, it didn't really want to do it. I think there weren't a lot of deep cuts on the face. So I think the other flesh tone areas look pretty good. I kind of just painted it old school with medium flesh tone, and then highlighted it up with the next lighter flesh tone. Yeah, so what do you think? Comments below. If you liked the fig and the video, give me a hearty thumbs up. Subscribe it. Thanks for watching. Bye now.